So the video you just watched, what we were doing is we were repairing the rake to make it work better. There was a lot of sloppiness in the pin slots and stuff where all the different wheels come on. So I'm going to show you, this is what Alex did. He came up with this plan to reinforce everything and make it a lot tighter, and it worked. I mean, this is a video being made about a month after the repairs. So we've actually used a rake about 3 times since. And man, what a difference that's made. Actually 4 times since. But so here's what happened. So each side had to be done. There's a lot of play and a lot of sloppiness in here. And what happened is the connectors that were in here had wallowed out in here, right? The pins that were in here wallowed out. And so what he did is he took it all apart, each side apart at different times, and ground off what was on here, smoothed it out, welded on. We welded on some washers on here on both sides, and basically made that hole smaller. And so this is a repair we can always do in the future too. We can always just knock these off and put new washers on and just redo this process. Now, we didn't have boats. I didn't feel like driving and go buy stuff. A lot of places are out of stuff right now, especially boats and stuff like that. But we had all these U-boats laying around, so that's what we used, which worked great. So we just used those, put in here, and boy, it tightened it up dramatically. It lifted it up off the tires. You can see here where they were originally, even on the bottom, they were rubbing on the tires. We were driving them down the road, so it fixed that problem too. So we had this one here, this one here, and this one here that he fixed. And you saw the video where he was grinding stuff. We had these arms were up on some workhorses, sawhorses, whatever you want to call them. And so he did that. Put it back together. Same thing over here. This one, I think on the video I showed, it was real loose. I mean, it was real loose. This thing was just spinning everywhere. I don't know if I actually showed it spinning or not, but it would go almost all the way over and come back over to about right here. Now, just a little bit of play, and that's what we want. We want a little bit of play in there, that when we hit some bumpy ground, it'll move back and forth. We don't want it stiff and have it break something else. We do want a little bit of play in there, but not just all over the place to where one side's on the ground, the other side's still up. That's not good. So, but yeah, we did all these. Alex got them all done. We've got U-boats on here. We put double nuts on some of these newer ones to make sure that they don't get loose on us. So yeah, the rake worked really, really good. I mean, it was probably the best it's ever worked. I mean, we bought this thing used. It's an old rake, but they work great. We bought it used. We went to up by Wills Point or somewhere north of Wills Point to get it from a gentleman up there who was selling it. And because I had a bar rake before that, and those things are just becoming non-useful out here on all this rough land we were raking on. So, quick update, and what I'm going to do next is add a jack stand. But just want to give you that update. Thanks. Alrighty, so finally the rain has stopped. So what we're going to go cut. Go do some hay mowing today. You can see it back there, the MOCO 630. We've got it hooked up, we're ready to go. We were fortunate earlier in the year, I guess about a month or so ago, we had like 3 or 4 days of dry weather, and I was able to get this one mowed and felled. And it's coming back up already, which is good. And I should be doing my second cutting today, actually, usually. But with the rain, the snow vid 21, a week long, below freezing for us, which is rare. It's put us way behind on hay. Of course, then, we started building a Noah's Ark around here because it's been raining for about 4 or 5 weeks straight. And so I had to make sure I got through the gate there without killing, damaging anything. That'd be about right. But anyway, positive day today because we're sunny and we're going hay mowing today. So hopefully we'll get over here. We're going to go mow a contract field. We've got a couple of them to do this weekend. We will start on that. And then we got a couple of fields to mow for ourselves. Bumpy roads, yeah. I live in Navarro County, which means I have bumpy roads. But anyway, here we go. So we're gonna drive on here. It's gonna take us a little bit to get over there and stop and pick up some diesel on the way. I don't have any farm diesel right now, so I'm gonna go spend some money, tax money. So look at that. Look, that right there. We're gonna be ready to build that pretty soon. Won't be too much longer, and we'll be back over here baling our hay. Like I said, I think we got about 30 acres that we can probably get to today with how wet it is still. The guy over is having me cut it. We rode on it yesterday on his side by side, and you know, we were splashing some water during a lot of it. So we're gonna leave that part alone. That grass is shorter anyway, but we do have about 25-30 acres maybe to mow that we can get to today, and then come back and get the other 50 or so later. I still got to make contact with another one. Another person wants me to do theirs. We've agreed upon it and everything already. I just got to call and make sure it's not too wet. So if it's not too wet, we'll try to do that one tomorrow and get all this done. Get it mowed, get it raked, get it baled this next few days, and then we'll go from there. And this is what happens when city folks come to do construction in the county, by the way. So hopefully I won't scrape any paint off my cutter over here. Earlier today they were actually out in the middle of the road parked, so at least they moved over some. And we'll try to get through here without tearing anybody's vehicle up. I do like their fence they're building. But they're right here. And everybody had to go through the mud. Of course, to get through, and they didn't need very much room. It was one of those pretty trucks. Had the big tires on it, the big mud grips, raised up real high. But it was a pretty truck. And they weren't going to get that damn thing muddy today. Alrighty, we made it over here. Just unlocked the cutter. So we're going to swing it out. And we're going to get to cutting. Try to find a place to put this camera where maybe y'all can see what's going on here. You see the grass, I mean, it's a little bit older grass. There's good grass underneath that. Still pretty wet in these ditches, but, you know, we're going to cut. Let's see if I can find a place to put this. We're trying to do like a side angle maybe or something like that. We'll try this out. But, this thing in gear. I think we'll start off kind of slow, see where we are. Get through this ditch. There's a lot of water. Swing around that, stir it up something. Okay. So we're going to turn the PTO on. Let's get this guy cutting. Motor up a little bit. Here we go. Sit down. And now we're good. Yes, we are. Well, it's pretty wet here, like I said. We'll just have to cut it and let it dry. That's all we can really do. This MOCO, man, this thing's really awesome. I'm almost ready for some new knives. I think after this weekend we'll be ready for them. But we're cutting. Which is always a good thing. yeah, last night I was over here. There must have been about a billion mosquitoes out, so I got my spray with me for later. See how long this takes. So I have to go a little bit slow around here. I don't know this field very good, but the first time to cut here, so that's what I'm saying that. It seems to be pretty clean from what we rode around last night and looked at. Like I said, the grass is dry top. It's not going to have the most protein, at least the taller grass is not. If you look down in there, there's a lot of green grass. There's Johnson grass, there's blue stem, there's even Bermuda out here. I think once we get this place cut, it's going to have a lot of Bermuda in it because it's just sandy soil area over here, sandy loam. Not like where we are, a few miles over. So anyway, we're going to keep cutting here. I'm going to see if I can get this thing set up somewhere. Maybe you can see what's going on. So speed racer. Woo! Wow. Got a calm button down this little road. I'll kill somebody. Alrighty, well, we got done with one, so we're going back. Some nice places down over here, a lot of trees. We're gonna head back to the house for the night. Gotta, do some maintenance of the tractor early in the morning, come back out, do a couple more fields, see what we can do. I mean, it's still real wet. I know I could do one more 10-acre field, it looks like. And then we'll go from there, but I think the other ones probably need to wait. I got mine I need to do, and I want to wait on them. I mean, it's just too muddy. But trying to help get stuff done when we can. So anyway, we're on our way back now. Okay. All right, bye. Hello? I just sprung a radiator, a water hose leak on my tractor, so Alex is going to come help me get it fixed. Yeah, he's getting stuff out of the barn, so. Yeah, one of the radiator lines started leaking on me. Popped a hole in it. I mean, but it's right there where it goes in at, so I think we should be able to pull it off, cut it, and put it back on. So, over here by the daycare area. I got my flashers on it. So. Okay, baby. All right, bye-bye. Love you too. Bye-bye.